All right, we're going to move on to the first topic of today, and we're going to be reviewing an album called Reason to Smile by the one and only Kojey Radical. His debut album and his first project since 2019's Cashmere Tears. It is the culmination of a 7-year journey for Kojey. He dropped his first EP in 2014. That was Dear Daisy Opium. And in 2016, he dropped 23 Winters. 2017, he dropped In God's Body. 2019, Cashmere Tears. And it's now led to Reason to Smile, his debut album. It's got features from the likes of Kelis, Tiana Major9, Knucks, Wretch 2, Shakka, Lexa Moore, Masego, Shea Universe, Cash, Ego LMA, and Rex Life Raj. And production, and this is a long list, but they deserve it, by the likes of Swindle, Cadenza, KZ, Blue Lab Beats, 169, The Fanatics, Remedy, Venna, Jay Prince, Cameron Palmer, Rick and Thaddeus, Emil Larby, Adrian Francis, Jay Weathers, Ayodele Ayodere, Owen Cuts, and Ed Thomas. Now, boys, Kojey's first album, he's been hyping it and hyping it and hyping it. He even announced the release date way back in like November of last year for a March 2022 drop. But it's here. We're here. What do we think? I'm going to start with Peter because I think he was the most excited.
So why you got to start with me for, man?
Because you were talking about it last episode and I thought, who better to start this off than Peter?
I actually wanted to start with Mo, but...
you got this.
Really good album, man. Really, really good album, man. I was so happy to hear. When I gave it a once over, I was so happy. I was like, yes. Do you know what I mean? This is kind of what I've been waiting for. I think I started listening to him when he drops 23 Winters. That was my first Kojey project. And I feel like at that time, that was when he was really in his spoken word bag, innit? And then In God's Body dropped, and it was similar sort of vein, but like maybe a step up. And then he dropped Cashmere Tears. And that song, I was blown away, bruv. I was absolutely blown away. I love the video. I just love the vibe. I was like, yeah, this brother's funky. And then the whole project was just dope as well. So I was always thinking that, where's he going to go from here? And it feels like this album is natural progression and a continuation of what he was doing on that project as well. Particularly on that song, Cashmere Tears. I think that was the first song I'd heard from him where I felt like, yeah, this guy's a musical guy. And he's got a lot of promise and there's a lot of potential there. And he's definitely got a lot to grow into and he's going to grow into. So when I first listened to this album, I was like, yeah, man, I think he's figured it out. And I think we had an episode early on where we spoke about him being pigeonholed in that spoken word type flow. But Cashmere Tears and then A Reason to Smile shows that any artist that starts from there doesn't have to be restricted to that. And there's a lot of like growth that can be taken from that. So seeing like where he started to where he's at now musically is just fantastic to see, man. And seeing how like how he uses his voice as an instrument is dope as well, because I think his flow's changed as well quite a bit. It's a lot more rhythmic. And when he was doing more the spoken word stuff, it was always lyrical, but it becoming more rhythmic, I think he's found a way to like balance the lyrical side of things with, I guess, the flow being more sharper for me. And he displays that all over the album for me, man. I think there's also something about him, because he had a child as well, I think, between Cashmere Tears and this project as well. And I think the music that he's made on this is probably a reflection on that, man, because I think he's always had like good content. He's always had good content, but you can really hear the growth, for me anyway, on this project, with like different subject matters and the fact that, he's got his mum on there as well, which shows a bit more of a personable side. It kind of made me feel like I'm being pulled in a bit more to who Kojey is. It's like he's peeling back layers. And yeah, I just really enjoy the music, man. It's just dope. I don't think there's a song on there that I don't like. He's got no duds on there for me. And just genuinely, I'm just very, very proud of this album. It came from a UK artist as well. Do you know what I mean? Because we've spoken about, like, our scene and, you know, album making abilities from particular artists and, you know, classics and how many we've got and how many good projects we've actually got. I think this one's going to go down as a very good album for a very long time, man. So I'm just very proud of him.
I hear that, man. I feel like, and I've been saying this for a while, when he decided to start rapping on beat, he unlocked another level because you can hear and you can feel the lyricism, you can feel the content, you can feel the subject matter just that little bit more. And as the music around him has kind of grown and blossomed in that sense as well, it's just made for a perfect marriage in that sense. So, yeah, I mean, I can go forth next. I mean, yeah, I think this is a great album. I'm not going to say it's the album of the year.
I am. Sorry.
But it's got that, spoilers.
Sorry.
But it's got that album of the year feel. I feel like once you press play on the title track and the way it opens up with the big drums and the big beat. Just
Tiana Major9.
Tiana Major9 is a cheat code, first of all. It's just like, once you have her on the hook, like it's always going to be a good track. But it has that kind of like regal opening, like just majestic quality to it that lets you know that you're in for an amazing ride. And from start to finish, this guy done did it. Like, I wasn't too sure.
He done did it, innit?
Yeah, he done did it. He done did it. I wasn't too sure really what was going to happen with this album. I feel like with Cashmere Tears, I feel like, yeah, he'd reached his groove. And I was always wondering how he was going to top it. But the thing is, he topped it, but I don't really think he had to do a whole lot to top it. I just feel like it was just, like you said, it was like a natural progression to something higher. And I feel like he just reached that like with aplomb. And it's bursting with like all kinds of color, variety. Again, as I said, the regalness with it. It feels like a king is being crowned. It sounds like an ascension of sorts, especially like the first like 4 tunes. It's a really dope album, man. Lyrically, he's just on another level. I feel like his pen is getting sharper. The guest went hard. It's just a good album, man. It just feels like a culmination of him just kind of doing his thing without compromising his principles. Like, obviously he came up on the kind of poetry stuff and he's always kind of retained that in a sense. He's still that guy, but he's managed to peel more layers of what he wants to do with his art as the years have gone by. So for me, it's just a great album, man. I feel like, again, the title track sounds triumphant as hell, and Tiana on the hook is always a winner. Together, funky as hell.
Get your shit together. That's my shit.
Funky as hell. Lowrider music in South Central with the roof down. That sort of stuff. Nappy, he had one bar when he was like, I remember when nobody called me, now they call me important. It's that kind of flexing along with the kind of, you know, kind of pro-black, revolutionary, you know, kind of more conscious, but also introspective subject matter and bars that he's kind of delivering. He's very much a full package. I guess one of the knocks on Kojey early in his career is maybe he kind of honed in too much on the kind of revolutionary stuff, and he was always going to lose a few listeners because of that. But he's kind of opened up what he writes about and what he raps about to where it's a lot more relatable. So I very much appreciate that now, and I feel like this album's a combination of that.
I was going to say the same thing, man. He's found a perfect marriage of not dumbing down, but giving enough jewels with the consciousness of his bars and the production. And a lot of rappers that consider themselves conscious, and or maybe he doesn't even consider himself that, but a lot of people that come from that ilk, that's what they struggle with. They struggle to marry the content with the production, but he's found that perfect marriage.
Well, I mean, to borrow one of your favorite words, he's a jiggy brother. Like, he's not like these conscious guys that are kind of just stuffy and stiff and all that. Yeah. He is a jiggy guy. Like, he, you know, he likes to party, he likes to go out, he likes to do all of this stuff. He has his vices sort of thing. He's not just this, oh, I'm a revolutionary and I'm only going to do this, I'm only going to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to...
He's a black brother that grew up in multicultural London. Bro.
Precisely.
I can't lie.
Like, he grew up around the corner. He grew up in Hoxton. So he's been seen and lived. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like you said, he's got a ute now as well. So he's seen a lot. And it's only right that he reflects that in the subject matter. So, yeah, man, I very much appreciate that. Like, Silk might be my favorite tune. Might be. Kojey and Masego are floating all over that.
Right.
Born, the dancehall vibes. Cash solid with the assist. Pusher Man, the beat switch, wavy. Beat switch was wavy.
Bam.
Payback. Payback's my favorite.
That's my favorite tune.
Bro, look what I've got here.
Payback's
I've
my
got, that's my
favourite
favorite song. I've got that's my favorite
Payback's your
song.
favorite tune as well.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, man.
Gangsters.
On that tune, though, it felt like him and Knucks were going at it.
Fam, they were. I'm telling you.
'Cause I know when he heard Knucks' verse, he was like, "Nah, I'm not letting this guy get me, man." And
There's no way,
You know
there's
what?
no way.
Knucks and Wretch are like the smoothest MCs from London for me. But the way Kojey came in, it was nice, man. It was nice, bro.
It was because he knew he had to play.
yeah.
He knew he had to play because Knucks was just so smooth with it.
Talking money language, can't tell the accent. Something. My pen look like a Mac. What? Nah.
That's my favorite song on the album. I genuinely wrote it as well in my notes. That's my favorite song on the album.
For sure, man. And even Gangsters
Gangsters up there. I got them two on my top two.
very sweet tribute to his mum.
Just
And
smooth, man.
some of the wordplay on there as well.
Bruv.
Like, you know, I think he said something to the effect of I was looking outward and forgetting that there was rice at home, sort of thing. So yeah, man, I think his way of just kind of packaging stuff and kind of regurgitating what we've heard before, but in different ways. That's what I appreciate the most about him, man. And I think it's got so much replay value as well.
Bro, you got everything.
So
I've
much
got.
replay value.
I've got that here as well. I literally got replay value.
Cool. Go
times
through,
10.
man. What did
Let
you
me
think
speak.
of it? What
Thank
did
you
you
very
think?
much because you're taking all my points.
Sorry, bro.
Now, this was my introduction to him. So I'm not like you guys. I didn't have prior knowledge of. I've never listened.
Not even Cashmere Tears?
Nah.
Damn.
And
I mean, that doesn't
I thought you
surprise
knew that
me.
though. I thought you know.
I thought maybe you might have heard the
Now this is the Kojey back in the day.
This doesn't surprise me.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. We move. So this was the first time I sat on him. So I thought, all right, cool, no expectations. And sometimes I love that when I've never listened to anything. So you ain't got nothing prior. You ain't got no. I expect this. I expect that. So cool. First song, I was like, okay, cool. This is a bit of a problem. By the time, and I promise you, this is literally how it goes. By the time we got to Payback, I was like, okay, this isn't by accident now because this is like 4 or 5 in a row. And I got, hold on, let me just look. So yeah, so by the time we got to Payback, I was like, a lot's going on. Because I heard War Outside. War Outside stupid as well, by the way. But I heard that previously on FIFA and I didn't even know. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was him. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I heard Gangsta. There was a lot going on that album. Like he sat me down and just painted a picture in every single song painted a picture. Whether it's the same one or a continuation of the previous one, or if it was a new picture, he had me transfixed. And albums don't do that to me, I'll be honest with you. When I listen to albums more time, I will just be listening, I'm moving, or I'm not really concentrating. This one, I sat down and it genuinely painted a picture in every story. It was stupid. Like I can't. UK people don't make albums like this, and it's so hard to explain how I mean. Like the production, with the beat flows, with the rhymes, with everything. I don't remember the last time I sat on a UK album that gave me this feel. Like sincerely, like this is a whole. I can't compare this to anything of recent. I mean, previous.
We bigged up Sims's album last year so much. I think this album is as well put together as that one.
This to me has. You said it. It's got no skippables.
I would agree with that. And even interesting enough, I think the video for Payback, it feels like a companion piece for Little Sims's Woman.
Oh, for
When
real?
I think about the visuals and I guess just the upliftment of the music. I don't know. When I watched them both, that's what I got from that.
Nice.
Now this album's a lot. What stood out for me is the flow changes. The way he switches up his flow is dirty to me. And then the way he mixes the bars with it, because it's hard to get the two.
Yeah.
And the way he mixes the bar and the intricate bars, the triple entendres. Now Kojey's a problem.
He's found his groove, man.
It's
really found
music.
his groove.
Like it sounds so simple, but this whole album was just music. Like I don't need to overcomplicate it. It was just good music.
Yeah.
To me,
he took his time with it.
Yeah, it's album of the year to me already. Like so far that I haven't heard a better album.
UK or
UK.
generally?
Even generally, I'm trying to think who really dropped this.
Yeah, I think for me so far.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Has anyone? I don't think anyone's dropped. And do you know what it is to have how many songs? Are like 12,
No.
Enough, like 15?
Yeah,
15.
yeah.
Give me the last time someone dropped a 15-track album, no skippables.
Well, I mean,
'Cause I could tell you what we called it, but I don't want to do it. Sorry.
yeah, we got to be
What
careful.
do we call him?
No, I could tell you what we call an album that's 15 songs with not one skippable.
Now, to be
Begins
fair,
with C.
I
Oh, do I go there or don't I?
in fairness, I got a couple skippables just to be.
Oh, for real? I don't, you know. I'm trying to look here.
I think
So yeah, if you could say that this album had an Achilles heel, what would it be?
the sequence between Beautiful and Solo, I didn't really care for that.
Okay.
Beautiful, I didn't really care for it.
You didn't like
What?
Beautiful?
You don't like Beautiful?
I didn't like
Yeah,
Beautiful.
but he don't
too
like
tough.
he don't
I
like
didn't-
Wretch.
No, it's
What?
not-
He don't like
it's not
Wretch.
that.
He don't like
It's not-
Wretch.
I just didn't like
you
it.
man
I
hate
don't-
on Wretch,
I
not
just
you.
don't- I just
Him.
don't-
Bro, that's for me one of the best songs on the album, bro.
Nah.
It's Wretch.
I think. Do you know what I think? Yem don't like it though,
not,
because it's. I think it's touching on a bit more of a sensitive side of Kojey and just sensitivity.
I
in
love
general.
that song.
Yem's not a sensitive brother.
I don't think it's got anything to
Yeah,
do with
yeah,
that. Why can I just not appreciate? Why can I just not like the music?
Yeah, you can not like it, but there might be a reason for not liking it, and I think it's that.
I don't
He
think it's
says that. I
just don't think it was the strongest tune.
I think you're hating
That's
on
the
Wretch.
album.
I
That's probably
think
one of
you're
my
hating on
favorite songs on the album.
Wretch. And that's what I'm going to go with.
Enough to me.
That's what I'm going to go with.
I thought Shakka absolutely killed the hook. I loved Wretch's verse.
He starts the verse. He starts the song as well with a dirt. He starts a quick.
For me, it didn't really hit anywhere. Didn't really hit for me either. Solo, I appreciated the subject matter. And again, like with these tunes, I appreciate the subject matter, but for me, it just didn't hit.
Okay.
And that's it. But other than that, 12 out of 15 ain't bad. You know?
That's
very good.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
man.
still very good. Man.
That's very, very good.
That's better than a lot of basketball players.
What did you think the Achilles heel was, if any?
I don't want to pick something just for the sake of it. I don't really have one.
Fair enough.
If you don't have one, don't
maybe-
force it. Don't force it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't really have one. I loved everything he gave me on this album, from the features to the production to his lyrics. I loved it all. I can't fault this album at all, man. It gave me, for someone like me, man, it was just a perfect marriage of everything, man. Stuff that's thought-provoking, stuff that's just flying jiggy.
The jiggy shit was
Do you know
amazing.
what I mean?
He
The
done that
sensitive
jiggy shit. I
tracks.
can't lie.
Gave me sensitivity, gave me upliftment. Yeah, I mean, he tied it in with, like, you know, family values as well. I can't fault this guy, man.
Yeah, man. And I think the best albums are always the ones that have so much variety, not just in terms of the music, but also in terms of the subject matter. I mean, that's not to say that all albums that are good are varied.
Yeah.
Shout out Pusha T. But
But I don't
Most
think
are.
you always need variation, man.
no, you don't.
Nah, if you know what you're good at, sometimes you don't need to push the. You don't need to.
But if you're that way inclined, generally, which Kojey is, it's always going to spill out into the music anyway. These different sides of his personality, these different sides of his character. And that makes that album that much richer for me.
Yeah.
Because he's not just catering to one aspect of his character. He's catering to all of it. And you kind of never have time to breathe, but in a good way,
Yeah.
in a sense. Because he's giving you so many different facets of himself and really laying himself bare as well. I think his mum being on was a really sweet touch as well. Again, the features did their thing. The production, the producers all did their thing. It's a great album, man.
He's a true artist, and I think
Yeah,
just
yeah.
similar to what you said, he touched on so many different chambers of his persona. And I think because of that, he's going to have a very long career, man. And it's going to be, I don't think he can be pigeonholed because he can literally do anything as far as the type of
showed
songs that he makes.
Showed
He can literally do any sort of bag. If he eventually ends up doing like a really pop tune, I wouldn't be that surprised. I may not like it, but I don't think I'd be that surprised because I feel like it's in his character. I don't think he'd be selling his soul if he did that.
But it would also be strategic because there's not a climate now where anyone's just going to drop on any tune just because it's poppy and just because it's going to sell.
Yeah.
Whatever he's going to do is going to make sense.
Yeah.
If he's doing a tune with a Tiana Major9, for instance, who's growing in stature,
Yeah.
that's going to make a lot more sense than if he was to do a tune with Joel Corey or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing I love about Kojey as well. Everything is strategic. Everything is planned out. Everything is methodical. You know what I mean? He's not just doing stuff for the sake of it.
Yeah.
And he never has, which kind of goes back to the idea of him never compromising.
Yeah.
He's doing things, following his own train, following his own schedule, not in a taking the piss way like Jay Electronica. He's actually doing it in a way.
Sorry?
I know, but he deserves it. But doing it in a way that's actually like feasible and like real.
What was the wait between this project and his last project?
What do you mean?
When was his last project out?
Couple years.
2019.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's been dropping
3 years, yeah.
every 2 years, pretty much.
I can't lie. Grinding with fresh ears was the best feeling in the world.
Cashmere Tears is my favorite Kojey song. I still don't, I can't even say that. I didn't think he could make better music than he did with that one song because that song was just perfect to me.
Okay.
Absolutely perfect. But on this album, man, and that song is very dear to me, but he's given me moments on this album that
It's music, man.
it can rival it, man.
No,
For what it means to me, it can rival it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
The
sure.
songs like Fubu, I absolutely love Fubu, bro. I love the slum sample. Like, that was the first thing I clocked. I love that. I love that. For someone like us, as we get older,
You're
a
waking
lot,
up.
a lot of the music that we grew up
Facts.
on and that we loved are going to start being sampled.
Facts.
And we're eventually going to become the old heads. Like, oh shit, he sampled
I
something,
mean,
something.
one of us already is.
Relax.
Because we're gonna find out later.
So I think him doing that was one of the first instances of like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So I just really appreciated that, man. But that's
What did you guys think of the Kelis contribution.
I love the fact that he
loved
pulled out Kelis out of nowhere.
What's the
Random, innit?
Not
that's
everyone
what-
could get a Kelis feature.
It's random though. Like bare random.
Hella random.
Kelis.
Hella random.
Where'd you even find her? Like where?
The hook
Where?
was a bit redundant for me, but I enjoyed the vibe though.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, where'd you even find her from?
I just salute him.
That's
Yeah,
what-
I
it's a
just
flex,
salute him
it's a
for
flex,
getting the
It's a
feature.
flex. It's a flex.
Yeah.
Is
Absolutely.
that what
It's
I
like,
mean?
yo, fuck it. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, this album's dope, man. Like I can't put it to words how much I enjoy this album.
So what were both your favourite 5 songs?
5?
Yeah.
Top. So I've got Payback. I said Payback already. I've said Gangster. I'll go with Get Your Shit Together as well, because that shit's jiggy. I can't lie.
Okay.
And I'll go with Fubu.
Okay.
I've got Reason to Smile, Together, Silk, Born, and Payback.
Okay. I've got Silk, Payback, Fubu, Beautiful, and Born.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what Cash did on that hook, man.
I was happy to see him as well.
Yeah.
I was happy to see him in the song as well.
Just hearing his voice
can't
and
lie.
yeah, it was nice. He brought a nice flavour to that song.
The switch up as well, from like
Yeah.
The way they went
dancehall
into rapping
rhythms
as well.
to rapping as
Yeah.
well. Like, yeah, man, Cash has clearly come back.
Yeah.
I'm glad
with
he
a
is
bang,
as well, man. Salute to Cash. That's like.
100%, man. So where does Kojey go from here, guys?
Upwards, man.
Well, to me,
I think he's
hopefully
gonna. He's just gonna grow and get better. He gave me what I was hoping for from Cashmere Tears to this, so I'm not gonna doubt the man. I think he's only gonna get better, to be honest. If he sticks with the producers that he's got, yeah, man. I think him and Swindle was a fantastic marriage. I like him and Blue Lab Beats too. I didn't know I needed that.
Do you know what
He
this?
did bits.
Yeah, because I know that Kojey's been on there. I can't remember what project it was, but yeah.
I remember the tune now.
Yeah. So yeah, I've always liked them together. So yeah, I just like him with this batch of producers.
I think an honourable mention needs to go to KZ as well. Because KZ pretty much did a lot of the tracks on the album and executed it fantastically. So
Yeah.
shout out to KZ as well.
This is gonna sound like a stretch, but do you know what this album reminded me of? To Pimp a Butterfly a little bit.
Explain.
And I know it's a stretch, but you know how To Pimp's got a couple of jiggy songs, like a lot of upbeat songs, but he's rapping. It kind of reminded me of the two a little bit.
Okay.
Like I remember when I was listening, I was like, this kind of reminds me of To Pimp.
Okay.
Hey, just let me throw that.
So what, the UK's answer to Pimp?
Hey,
Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say all of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all of that. I wouldn't say all of that.
That would be a stretch.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all of that. I
I'm
wouldn't
just
say all of
asking
that.
a question.
Nah, it just
Asking a
remind
question.
it can remind me of something,
Yeah.
and not be equivalent. It could just
Okay.
back in my mind.
I think we have yet to see that.
Like when I heard "Get Your Shit Together," I heard I got a mold to pick. So it just,
Okay.
Or King Kunta.
yeah, like King Kunta and "Get Your Shit Together" kind of came into my head at the same time.
I hear that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only way is up for Kojey. And like I said before, I feel like because he's so methodical and he's strategic, he knows what's in his portion and what's up next, and it's going to be done his way. He's not going to be swept up by, the fame or all the recognition that he's getting now and all that success. He's going to take that in his stride and he's going to build and it's going to become greater. Yeah. So he's building a legacy and, I'm all the way here for it.
Salute to him, man.
He's an album artist, man, and I still appreciate that, man. And I hope him and Knucks do more music together as well. I love that. I think they can push each other.
They did on that song, boy. You know they did, innit? He definitely rewrote that, man.
And I think that song just
He definitely
confirmed that
went
they're
back.
probably two of my favourite MCs like today.
Currently,
Yeah.
you heard that Knucks verse. I was like, all right, cool. Give me 2 secs.
No, yeah, Knucks, he went in, man. Knucks went in on that, man.
No, he fully did.
Salute to the both of them, man. That's
Salute to all of them, man. And,
Big up
Kojey.
Kojey, man.
Big up, man. You got a
Big
fan
up
in me.
Kojey. Fan in you.
Can't lie, you got a fan.
You listened at a perfect time as well.
Yeah, I can't lie. Caught me.
You probably would have tuned out with all the poetry stuff.
Me?
Yeah.
I would have went sleep.
You should go back to Cashmere Tears, though.
That one song.
The album.
All right, cool.
Fire.
Now I got you. There's no reason not to. Like I genuinely enjoy this album.
Yeah, that's Cashmere Tears, the song, and Hours.
Bruv, this album could be
Phenomenal.
slipping. I'm gonna go back to his music because this album could be slipping. Like, I had no expectations, zero. I was getting ready to flame him.
Really?
Yeah, for no
And
reason.
you call me a hater?
I was getting ready to flame him. Yeah, me. Look at me.
You were looking forward to
Oh
it.
my god, I was getting ready to flame him.
I knew you were looking forward
I was
to
even trying. You know when you get your shit to get your. I was trying to. You know when you're firm in it, like no, I'm not doing this.
Why?
And then you're like, okay, I don't know. I'm a hater by birth.
Fully,
Serious.
yeah, you fully are.
No, salute to him, honestly, man.
Yeah.
Great album. My album of the year so far, UK and US.
Yeah.
I hear that, bro. Salute to Kojey, man.
All day.
Salute to him.